Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and I am hoping at this point that you are able to see me on YouTube. And oh look, I see myself.
Hey Stampers.
All right, so that's all I needed to know, was to make sure that it was live on YouTube. And of course, you know, I tell people if you can't see me, refresh your screen and maybe it will come back. But if they can't see me, they can't hear me. So I hope everybody is doing great. I am pretty excited about getting back started on videos. I did a little quick run through yesterday to make sure my camera worked and the sound was working and everything was working, and I just am hoping that it's working right now. So if you can see me or hear me or both, let me know in the chat that you're here. You can respond either on YouTube or on my website. And the website might take a little longer for me to get it because I have to get the comments through my email. But I do have it up and running so that I can see if it's going to work. So hopefully somebody's out there that will just pop in and let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. And if it doesn't work, then I know that this is all being recorded and I can post it up after the fact. But bear with me. I know I sent out several emails letting people know about tonight, and the links weren't working for some people, and it was kind of frustrating. But you know, when you step away from technology and then you come back to it, a lot of things change. And so I've got a whole different setup here in my stamp room for these classes. Oh yay, Karen says everything is great. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's awesome. All right, so I've got a lot planned tonight, and probably more than I should, but that's what happens when you haven't done it for a while. And I just got back from Texas where we had an on-stage event with Stampin' Up, and something clicked for me. I kind of struggled the last, I don't know, few years since my husband passed away, and something clicked over the weekend, and being down in Texas and being amongst some friends I hadn't seen for a while and everything. And I got really excited and remembered the reasons why I love to do this, because I love to learn new things to do with stamping, and I like to teach people new things they can do with their stamps and the paper and their ink. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I have a technique I want to show, and then a card layout called the fracture card, which I'm sure many people have already seen, but you know, I hadn't tried one, and it was really quite fun learning that technique. I've got lots of stuff to share from the convention that I was at. I've got the new in colors I can show you. I know the whole world has been out there on, Jana, how are you? The whole world has been out there showing the new in colors, but I'm going to show them anyway. I actually got a box of supplies today from the new catalog, and my daughter-in-law and I sat down at the dining room table this afternoon and whipped out 6 new cards that probably will preview as one of my tutorials in the coming months, but I will give you a little sneak peek. So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them into the comment box. When I go to my desk to work on showing you stamping stuff, I really can't see the comments until I come back. However, I will check them throughout the night and make sure that people don't have questions. My desk is not far away from my stamping area. I've rearranged my room, and so it's fairly close. It's just a step or two away. So I'm going to pop over to my stamping area, and I will tell you, everything was working great till I flipped on the lights in my stamping area, and they were so bright you could hardly see anything. So then I changed up the lighting a little bit, and I think it's pretty good. And I'm hoping that throughout the night, as it gets darker here in Montana, that you'll still be able to see where I'm stamping. But I'll keep tabs on it. Let me know if you have issues, or if you have trouble hearing me, because I have a new mic, a remote mic, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't fade out as I walked around or walked away. So anyway, here I am at the Stampin' table. I guess I'll show you the cover of the catalog, because that's really all I can show you. But you will see how beat up mine is. that just tells you that I have spent a lot of time looking at this catalog and browsing it and reading it. There's a lot to learn. There's so many new things in here, and it's such a different layout for Stampin' Up. I don't know if you can see it, but the cover is embossed. But yeah, it's been through the ringer for the last week, but that's a good thing, I think. I never have a trouble showing my love for my catalog. All right, so I don't know, I'm not really sure where to start tonight. So I'm going to get the in colors out of the way. For those people that haven't seen them, these are the in colors for this coming year. They're beautiful. They're very springtime. So this is Pretty in Pink, and for those of you who have been around for a while, Pretty in Pink was a color that retired actually quite a while ago, but they brought it back. And so that's an awesome color in the pink line. All of these colors, it's interesting when you put them up against colors in our line now and colors in our line from over the last few years, you can really see they're not, I kept thinking, oh, we've had this color before, or we've had this color before, and we really haven't. So they're very springy colors, and hopefully I can remember the names. I'll have to kind of peek around at something that I might have that has the in colors in it. So Pretty in Pink is this one. This one is Peach Pie. This one is Summer Splash. This happens to be my favorite, and it looks a lot like Coastal Cabana or Bermuda Bay, but it's really not. It's a little bit different. This one is Posy. Petunia Pop. Kind of posy. Started with P. Petunia Pop. And this one is Shy Shamrock. So those are our new in colors. I, of course, just got that box today, and it didn't come with any ink because something happened in the computer and it glitched and they don't have any ink showing in my box, but it's supposed to be here over the weekend, so hopefully keep your fingers crossed. All right. So those are the new in colors. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I got from my convention. So this was a friend of mine, Alicia, gave it this. This is really cute. So she took the U and the much. I think it says I love you much or something, and made it into ouch. And when you open this up, something she found at the dollar store, she said, it's a portable first aid pack, which she must know me. But anyway, I thought that was really cute. And I believe that this stamp set is retiring. Speaking of retiring, so I did post and send out the retirement list, and I will tell you that the sale that's on the retirement list does not begin until April 9th. And so the retirement list, there's a couple of them. Looks like this. It's a last chance products list. Lots of stuff is retiring. And lots of stuff is on sale. So April 9th, I'll send out a reminder. Just know that, I mean, look back at that die section. Most of the dies are going to be on sale. And some of them are 50 to 60% off, which is a screaming deal. Some of those dies are awesome. I hate to see them go, but you know, it happens. We're kind of used to it. And then, so, oh shoot, sorry. So this catalog retires at the end of April, and so does this one. And there is a retirement list for this one also that is, and I actually brought it down to one page, so it wasn't so overwhelming. And I'll tell you, I just go through my catalog because I need to know what's going and what's coming, and I just circle things that are retiring. So like this is a bundle that's retiring, but this stamp set is staying. So not everything is retiring. But the bundles always retire for the most part. Some of them post up to the next year. But if you want to save that 10% by bidding the stamps and the dies together, you look through your catalog. And then realize by April 9th, some of those bundles are not on sale. But if you buy the stamps and the dies separately, you'll get a better deal because the dies are on sale. I hope that makes sense. And I will send out information letting you know about that. So that's retiring. My friend Lisa gave me this beautiful card. She is quite the stamper. And it's kind of a little fun fold. Opens up to a little square card. But I love the embossing folders that she used. And the ribbon, of course. And then she gave me this cute little frame for Easter. with the Easter eggs. And the Easter eggs, I hadn't really even looked at the Easter egg set till I got this stamp or this frame. But how cute is that? That would make a really cute just card front, but put it in a frame, add a little bow. I've got a great little Easter decoration for Christmas. It's Easter, so it's for Easter. We got a color wheel, and I will let you know that in the annual catalog, there's also a color wheel for you. And when there's information in there too about how it works. This is fun. I'm kind of hoping that this expands my horizons and I start using some of the different colors. But when you see the colors that we have all together, this of course is in rainbow. It's amazing how many colors we have with, you know, the 10 in colors and all that. So that was a nice gift. We had a little stamping after hours event, and this is one of the new stamp sets in the catalog. And this actually was part of the stamping event, and it came with these great circle dies. Can you see how many there are? Isn't that crazy? How many are there? Spotlight on Nature, 12 dies. So if you look, they're, you know, I haven't taken them off yet, but they pop off and they put a little decorative edge around the edge, whether it's lines or little eyelets, little stitches. So those are kind of fun circles. I haven't even used them yet. We didn't use them in the Stampin' After Hours. But this is a stamp set that I decided on. We had an option of like 3 stamp sets and 3 die sets that we could do. We paid a little bit extra to go to an event, and then we made some cards. And of course, they gave us these great little brochures with the cards that you were supposed to make. And so everybody's cards are in here. One of the things I love this year is that they're doing a lot more with like templates. You'll find those in the catalog when you get it. But like we took our card set. This was for a different stamp set. It was called Citrus Bloom. But I really liked it. And so I used my own stamp set and made the same card, only changed up the stamp set and put on my rhinestones a different way. But anyway, that gives you an idea. These are all the in colors. So you can see how the Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie go together. All right. Some of the other cards that we made. This one was fun. This is Peach Pie and Pecan Pie, which I think that's funny. And then I watercolored. One of the things they really did this year was teach us lots of different techniques. And it's not that I'm getting taught them, it's that they're helping me remember them. I used to do techniques all the time on my YouTube videos, and I haven't for a while, so that kind of inspired me to get back into techniques. This one is the Petunia Pop with the Pecan Pie, and then we used watercolors. And actually we used the Pecan Pie ink and then just ink from our ink pads and a water painter. And you'll see a lot of, I did a lot of, you know, with the paint on the end of a brush and speckled it because I'd get ink somewhere, and then if I speckle it, then it's going to be covered up. This was, again, watercolored using that same stamp set, just a different layout and more of that poppy, nope, it's not poppy, Petunia Pop. And then the last one that I did was this one, and it's Pretty in Pink with that really bright green, Granny Apple Green. So we really mixed up some colors and did some different things with it. It was just kind of fun. The other stamp set that I got for free was this one, Leaf Collection. Probably not one that I would buy, but once the gal on stage started to demonstrate with it, it was very appealing. So we'll see. I've got some paper that kind of coordinates with it. I'm going to show you this because even though my package got kind of mucked up because I couldn't wait to open it. This is one of the new packs of paper, and it's actually, as you can see, comes with a bunch of die cuts. And we pulled them out in the convention hall in the dark, and pretty soon the die cuts started to fall out. And so I was, you know, down trying to find all the die cuts because all the people around me wanted to see what it was too. But you can see the die cuts. See how pretty they are? So you get a bunch of two sheets of die cuts, and then you get, oh wait, here's another sheet of die cuts. These are big frames. And so they pop out, the middles pop out of some of them. I can't wait to play with it. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played with that. I played with some other stuff today. And then that has these 3 sheets of paper. But it's just a fun, easy kit. One of the things I noticed is they're doing a lot of things like quick and easy, trying to get new people involved. And what a great way to start, because you've got paper, you've got die cuts, you just need a stamp set and you're good to go, and some card bases. And so those are them. And then the back sides look like this. And my daughter-in-law did see this today in the catalog. And I told her I have some so we could play with that. So I'll watch for some cards. I will be doing something. But like I said, if you ever decide, when it's time and you can order and you decide to get this, just remember your die cuts are all going to fly out if you take them out of the package. I did get some of the gems. These are the In Color Shimmer gems. And you'll see that they shimmer. Pretty. All right. So that's that. That's that. We're going to get to the stamping part. Let me check for questions. Okay. I'm back over here just looking to see what kind of questions we got. Oh, look, yay, people are here. Diana, it's good to be back. Hi, Lisa from Wisconsin. Mary Ellen from Montana. Where are you from, Mary Ellen? Hi, Linda. And E.L. John from Aurora, Illinois. Yay, Terry made it. Hi, Terry. Hi, Cindy. Your pretty cards are a good reminder of techniques to do again. Yes. Yes, that is truly what I learned at the Stampin' Up! Thing was, oh, millstone, okay. You know, everything that's old becomes new again, and we have lots of stamps and ink and paper, and we can do so much with it. I mean, the inks and the markers, well, wait till I show you tonight what I'm doing. So I'm going to do, I don't know if anybody's heard of a fractured card. It's pretty popular. It's out there. It's all over. And I just thought it was really cool and very simple. And so I'm using my craft mat tonight. I don't know if you have one of these, but this gets glue on it and you can just wash it off. And it's a good thing to use for anything when you're going to be, I don't normally use the mono liquid glue, but the pieces that I'm gluing on today kind of need it because they're pretty thin. And so I'm using this, and then when I make a mess with my glue, it's all stuck on here instead of all stuck on here and all stuck all over me and all stuck on the table, which is what happened last night. So, okay, so the card that I'm going to make, we're going to use this stamp set, which Painted Lavender is beautiful. This was one of those stamp sets that was my tutorial for last month. I love the paper. I love the stamp set. I love the die cuts. We're going to use it tonight. And I'm going to tell you that the paper, the die cuts, the stamp set are all going to be available in the next year, which is kind of fun. So to do this card, I'm going to start with a piece of grape. And it's actually not called grape. It's called Gorgeous Grape. And I'm just going to fold my cardstock in half. You can bring in a bowl folder if you want to. Somebody gave me this years and years and years ago, and they bought it, and then they stamped it with Stays On. Made it really pretty, and gave it to me. Okay, so I have this piece of Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to use Fresh Frieza and the Lost Lagoon ink in my project. You can see I've got some Gorgeous Grape, 1/4 of an inch by 5 inches. This is a really good card for scraps. I got a little square that's 2 by 2. I've got a piece of the Designer Series paper in the Perennial Lavender, and then, I actually got 2 pieces. So I'm going to use these pieces. And to start this card, I'm going to attach, see, I had to think for a minute. I'm going to put my card base away because I don't want to get it full of glue. So I'm going to take my piece. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, don't do what I do. I'm going to put this on here just so that I don't get it stuck somewhere else. Don't put adhesive on it and then stick it down. But the nice thing is I can pull it off and it's not going to move on me. So bear with me, you know, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to take my little piece of 2x2 square, and this one actually is our basic white cardstock. I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive because I haven't decided yet if I want this white piece to stay on this card. Okay, and I'm just placing this on here, and I'm placing it, you can place it anywhere you want. I'm just placing it on here so that I'm kind of even here. Let's get that stuck down a little bit better on the sides here. I know that it's not as even there. If you're really particular about where you put your, and you want it right smack dab, use a ruler. I'm not really that particular. Okay, I'm going to take my green glue, or mono, what is it called? Multi-mono glue. I'm just going to put a little bit. Now this glue sticks like crazy. It doesn't take very long for it to stick, and it stays. And so you're going to line that up. And see, this is where I can go over the edge and get glue on this mat, and it's not going to matter. And then I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to do that all the way around on my project here. Yikes. I'll put that down. And you'll see that I'm not picking up my project, I'm just turning my mat. And the reason is if I picked up my project, I'd have glue everywhere. And every time I moved my project, there'd be more smeared glue for it to get stuck in. I haven't used this craft mat in a long time, and you know, you forget. Again, some of the things you learn about when you go back to a convention is, oh, all those things we used to do, or all those techniques we used to do. Okay, so I'm putting that on there like that, and so I butted them up on the corners and then just ran them across. And then I'm going to pick this up off my craft mat, and this would not be hard if I hadn't put adhesive on the back of that. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to take my snips and snip these off. And if you have glue on the ends, they're going to stick to your snips and make a mess. And then I'm going to move these out of here because they're got adhesive. And so I am actually going to put these in the garbage before they're stuck on everything. So there's the beginning of my card, and that's a really cool card right there. You know, you layered this onto gorgeous grape, and you've got a great card base. But I'm going to take this other piece of cardstock. I'm going to add glue to this corner. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to stick it right on there. And then I'm going to pick this up. Make sure, yeah, that's stuck on there. And I'm going to trim this. And when I trim this, I don't cut all the way across because one little scrap of paper will go a long way. And I see this little butterfly right here, up here in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. But that might be kind of cool on my card. So I'm not going to actually use that corner unless I cut a square to put in the middle of my thing. But so you can see how you just starts to look like a quilt. And all you need to do, oh, I didn't really want to use that corner. I'm going to cut this off because I really do think I want that butterfly. I'm just going to cut this, lay this in here, and flip this over. Oh good, I still have the butterfly. And trim this. Right off the edge. Like that. So there is your actual card base. And then I've already got sticky on it, so I can just take it and put it onto my gorgeous grape card base. Probably move that out of the way. And that's how you get your card base. Now, the white in the middle is fine. However, if you have a piece like this that you think, oh, that'd be kind of cool to have that butterfly in there, it's a 2-inch square. So I'm just going to cut it to 2 inches. It's not going to be perfect. It's probably going to have some, might even have something covering it up. Bring my card back in here, add a little adhesive, and pop that in to where that square is. And you could actually take the square out if I wanted to, because I didn't put it in there. Oh, very well. So there's your card base. Now, this is the part that is so cool. This is one of those techniques that we all forgot about. So I'm going to use fresh freesia, and then I'm bringing in 2 markers. And what I do when I start this technique is you start with your lightest color first. So I'm going to take the lavender stamp, and I'm going to ink it up with the fresh freesia, and then I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to take my markers on the brush end. This is called thumping. Probably called something else now. I suppose the new generation called it something different. But I'm going to take the marker and just thump it all over my stamp. And put some, so that beautiful berry burst color on there. And then I'm coming in to bring in the paper with the gorgeous grape and doing the same thing. And the reason what you want to do is you want to start with your lightest marker and then your darker marker, because you don't want to muddy them. So you do that. They call it thumping. And then you flip it over on your paper and you stamp it down. And you get a variety of colors in your image. This thumping works with lots of different stamps. Works best. Yeah, I mean, I used to do it a lot in the fall with all the oranges and orange and, you know, all those colors, fall browns, rust. So I'm going to bring in my little tiny cutter. And the only reason I have this one out here is because it doesn't take up a lot of room on my counter, and I had images that actually were going to fit. Oh, I wanted to stamp. Just a second. Before I do that, I want to stamp a stem because I'm going to use the shaded spruce, which is actually in the color in the Designer Series paper. And I just pulled my colors right out of the back of the package of Designer Series paper. So here's a pack of paper. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. They're beautiful colors. But on the very back, it just has a listing of all the different colors. And that's how I pick my cardstock, my inks, anything that's going to coordinate. Okay, so I'm going to put, this is so tiny. It feels weird. All right, so I'm going to put my dye on those. I don't know, I think that's lavender. And I'm going to put this dye on these stems. And I'm going to put my little cutting blade or the plastic on the top, make sure nothing moves. Nice thing about this one, especially this little one, it doesn't take up a lot of room. It cuts just fine. I'm kind of making a mess here, maybe moving stuff. It really is convenient. But if you have the big one, you don't need to. And cut these out. Rid of my paper. And then I'm actually taking some adhesive. It looks like a dimensional got inside the cutting paper there. I'm going to attach these together. And they can be attached this way. They can be attached this way. I kind of like the stems behind the flowers. Flip it over. Come in with some dimensionals. Remove all that. Pull up my card base. Look at how pretty. And my little butterfly shows. Yay. And then I am going to show you my card that I did earlier. A little bit different. I put the gingham in the different places. Now this happy birthday I got from this stamp set called Very Best Occasions, and this is one that's retiring. And I took the happy birthday stamp out of here. And I'm going to move it around on this card. I think I'm going to put it up here. Anyway, I'm going to take my Gorgeous Grape marker and just color on the back of my stamp to ink it up in the Gorgeous Grape, which I have the color Gorgeous Grape in an ink pad, but not everybody does. And this gives you a little bit more versatility if you use your markers. And then once you've done that, a lot of people like to ha on it, like steam up a shower or a mirror, and then stamp it and hope it's straight. And you have a nice birthday card. And then you can take some of these, which are back in stock, these little gems, shimmer gems, which are really pretty. And you see they have the Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather. And we're just going to add a few just to give a little bit of highlight to the card. There. And then on the inside of this one, you can see I did the same thing with this stamp here, which looks like hollyhocks to me. I did the thumping, but I stamped it several times in the corner, and then I just did the Sending You Smiles. And one of the things I did with this sentiment, which is in this stamp set, is I stamped it in the Fresh Freesia. It's kind of light, so I probably would stamp it again. If I did it again, I'd probably do it in the Grape. Oh, and I added on here, look at that, I forgot about that. I had cardstock out here too. I took some of the other, they're not here. Oh, I gotta find them. They're on my desk somewhere. So I took some Shaded Spruce. These are two of my favorite colors, Shaded Spruce, Lost Lagoon. And I cut out some of the die cuts for the stamp set, which are not in the case. So I have to really search my desk tonight, get them back in there. But you can see I just added a little bit to the background, and there it is there, just to give it a little bit more dimension. So yeah, I don't know what happened to the dice, but it happens. All right, so I'm back at my desk. Yeah, Terry thumping, I know, right? I loved it. It was one of my favorite things to do. I think I might have, oh yeah, I've got some people over on my DDStamps. Chris is here from Indiana. Welcome, Chris. It's nice that I have figured out how to check and get all my email. Because for some reason on my website right now, I can't really get those unless I get emailed that there has been a question or something. All right, Linda wondered how to make this card. I know, it's easy, right? And I've got some more samples to show. I was just kind of blown away by how easy that is and how nice it looks. It's amazing. So now I've lost my, oh, there we go. All right. Cindy, I'm glad you're here too. All right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the coming months and looking at things, new techniques, old techniques that are now new again. All right. Thumping, Linda. Oh, good. I'm glad you found me. All right. So let's go back over to my desk. I do love that fractured technique. These are the cards I made when I was practicing the technique. So this one isn't even, I just put it on a piece of Very Vanilla. And you can see where this one I actually put the white piece down, did the peach color, and then I filled in each corner, and I was like, that is kind of a pain in the neck. It takes too long. And so then I started testing a little bit more, and this one, I did the same thing. It's a card base. I did every triangle with a different, two different DSPs. But then I realized you don't have to do, you can put one piece down and use it for as many portraits as you want. So this is another one I did. And then I just added dimensionals on here, and I put dimensionals on the flower. But it just gives you an idea. I mean, you can mix and match Designer Series papers. These two, though, are just beautiful. Really. I was pretty happy with that. All right, so those two techniques I just showed you. Fractured card and thumping. Thumping. I showed you the catalog. I talked about that. I did that. See, I'm looking over my desk to see what I missed. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly the cards for this month's tutorial because I really think they're kind of cute. I think I might want to fix this though and get a little bit adjusted here so it doesn't look doesn't look like I'm, even though I am frazzled. Thanks for hanging in with me. All right, so this is the first card. With these cards, I have used the stamp set, Everyday Details, which is this one here. I love the stamp set. And I think there's Everyday Details, yep, dies. And then these dies go with it. Make sure I got them all. So you get circles with dots, borders, squares, and this is kind of a long, cool die. I actually used that in one of the cards I'll show you here. So what's the nice thing about this is that if you are a person that really gets into making your cards fancy, obviously I, on this one, did not. I just did a fancy fold, just a quick fold, but you have these dots that come out, and so a lot of people are stitching like baker's twine, linen thread through them, tying them into bows. It's really pretty. So there's that card. Here's the rectangular die. And I've colored these all with the blends because you can't go wrong with blends. Blends makes it easy for me to blend and make it look good. However, there's a lot of things you can't do with the blends that you can do with the regular markers. And so I kind of neglected my regular markers, and now it's time to pull them out too. Hopefully things are kind of settled down at the auto parts store. My son has things under control and my employees are great. And so I don't have to spend as much time there. In fact, probably by the end of this year, I will have stepped away a lot. So I'm looking forward to more stamping because I really do enjoy the crafting, the creativity, the people, and the teaching. So this one has a label that's in that set, Everyday Details, and then the circular. And again, that flower. And I just fussy cut that out, which if you would ask me about fussy cutting a year to 10 years ago, I probably would have said I don't do it, but I do it now because it's kind of fun. It's very relaxing. Again, here's that border, that big long die. And I just put a white piece of paper on the inside so when it's closed, you can actually see that it has those dots. And then these gems are really pretty. This stamp set and dies are in the next catalog too, and so are the little gems. So a lot of things transferred over, which is great. This little teacup is cute. I just took some Designer Series paper and flipped a border, did a little bit of stamping, and again, colored with blends. So that's my tutorial for this month. So if anybody that places an order with me in this month, they get a link to my website, which is working, knock on wood, that has all the PDFs for the tutorials. And if you place an order over $50, you get a packet of products from me the following month to make the projects that were in the tutorial. All right, so now the big question is, does anybody want to see any of the new stuff? I can show you the stuff that I have. Oh, tell Gary, hello, Terry. I have to tell you, I do follow him on Facebook. And I love that he is, cleaning or watercoloring, painting, and he shares it, and I get to see, oh, better be careful, I'm backwards here. I get to see it on Facebook, so tell him I said hello. Thanks, my bike is awesome. I bought that last year, and if you have never tried an e-bike, you should, even if you're not in very good shape, because it gets you outside and it gets you biking, and honest to gosh, it is a workout. I mean, you could do it. I could do it so I'd never have to pedal, but the fun of biking is pedaling. And I found myself in my area where I live in the mountains and everything's a hill, I've traveled to Wild Bill Lake, up to campgrounds, up the canyon. I've done a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, I remember. Tell your husband I said hello. I remember when you came to visit me. Anyway, I bike a lot. And so, you know, I wouldn't go up to Wild Bill Lake, which is several miles up the canyon, if I didn't have an electric bike, because I just couldn't do it. But I was still pedaling. I still got a workout. And coming home was a blast. So anyway, so you want to see the new stuff? I'll show you. So I did get a lot. I got some, but I did, like I said, I did make some cards today. And I personally think they are really cute. I think you're going to like them. All right. It's all sitting here on my floor. So we'll start with what was my favorite thing that I saw in the new catalog was this stamp set. I don't know what it was about it. It's very simple. I just think that that birdhouse is so adorable, and I actually have a couple bird houses hanging out in my tree, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm just at a different stage. I thought this was adorable. And the dies, look at how big they are. I love the size of our dies this year. There's lots of dies that are bigger, which I don't know, I just really liked them. But this one has a ton. And so you get a birdhouse, you have a die for the flowers, you have a die for this one, die for this one, die for those little flowers. You have a stand. I haven't played with this yet, but I'm hoping tomorrow to sneak out of work early and come home and play with this one. And then country flowers. This one here. Oh, let me show the paper because it's really pretty. So this is paper in the same suite. This is actually a collection. So it's 2 stamp sets, 2 die sets, and 2 papers. These are all wood grain. They're really pretty. I got to be careful because, oh, look at that. I love that. My daughter, those are the colors of her house. So wood grain and then the lighter wood. A darker or lighter green. Love this one. I love that they just went around and took pictures of wood. It's awesome. This one's great. Kind of looks like the floor in here. I'm going to do some decorative stuff for my stamp room with this set. That was one of the things I really noticed is home decor. And I used to do home decor stamping projects all the time. And I haven't for many, many years. And it's time to get back into that. Anyway, these are pretty. I keep hearing my computer's beeping, which tells me that there's people commenting. So that is the birdhouse with the wood. And then this set is a collection. And so it has an embossing folder, which is an eyelet embossing folder, which you can see that I haven't done anything with it, but next week. And then the country flowers and the country flowers dies. It's really cute. Like this flower market can be stamped on those, and then the flowers fit in there. And, oh, cute, cute, cute. And then here's the paper for that. Of course, it's got some gray. You can't really see that, but we have a new color called beige. New ink pad, ink, cardstock and everything. I'll show it to you. But I do love this paper, and I think pretty with the stamp sets, it's going to be fun. I don't know if you can see that, but there's eyelets in that. Lace, like eyelet lace. Gray. Blue. Which I probably should be telling you the exact colors. I'm not. I'm just telling you what I see. For some reason, I like this a lot. I think it's really cool. And then we have the more lace and then denim. And so just so you're aware, the colors in that were not peach in that. They were basic beige. So this one goes with the basic beige, misty moonlight, petal pink, and smoky slate. So I am definitely looking forward to playing with those colors. New designer series paper. So our designer series paper, I will be doing a designer series paper share. I'll send out information. So this catalog doesn't go in effect till May. So my designer series papers share will go out in April, probably the beginning of April. And you'll have to pay by the end of April. And then the packets will go out that second week in April, or May, excuse me, it's second week in May. But I've already got all the information compiled. I just have to do up the blog post and the email. But a paper share is a fun way to get lots of different kinds of papers, a sampling of each so you can see which ones you really like the best. But this is the new designer series paper in the in colors. And so that's pretty in pink. And it's two-sided, so a little pinstripe there. I just thought this paper was gorgeous. Can't wait to play with it. Little dots. So it's all the same print in just the various colors. Somebody today, I don't know if you follow Erica Serwin, she posted up some birdhouses with these colors. I think she used this paper, and I was jealous because they are beautiful. So watch for these because they're coming. Watch for the paper share. It's coming. There's that shamrock. No, this is Summer Breeze. No, is it Summer Breeze? I think I said it right. We'll find out here in a minute. It's Summer something. Summer Splash, Summer Splash, Summer Splash. How am I going to remember that? So here's I have all the blends in the various colors. Here is beige, which is beige. Looks like the color of my house. I have the ribbon. Oh, this I wanted to show you. All right, so if you are not into glitter, which I'm not into glitter, but OMG. So this is the in color glimmer paper. And it's great because it's glitter paper that doesn't shed, so you don't get glitter all over everything. You can do this all you want. You can run it through the Big Shot. But, oh, look at that. Peach pie. Petunia pop. Pretty in pink. Shy shamrock. And summer splash. I did it. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you guys see that? I hope it sparkles for you as much as it sparkles for me. It's so pretty. This is going to be part of my paper share. Everybody will get the sampling of that. If you've never done a paper share, oh gosh, I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. If you've never done a paper share with me or a paper share with anybody, it's a lot of fun. Okay, Unbounded Love, which is that one. Oh yeah, and it comes, so this is like a whole bunch of sayings that you can put together. It's actually somebody's $1 million sale, but it doesn't say on this who it was. It will say in the catalog. But you know, when you get $1 million with Stampin' Up, you get to design a stamp set. And so this one I actually got because look at all those labels. And it's got some labels, it's got some leaves, it's got some flowers, but the labels were, I loved them. So that's what I got that for. I'm making a huge mess. Flowers of Beauty is this one with the die cuts. And then this is the paper for Flowers of Beauty, Unbounded Beauty. This is also a collection. And then the papers are beautiful. And if you'll notice, they all have it's all done with the in colors. So this is definitely going to be one of my tutorials. I just didn't play with it today. But all the in colors. That's how good they coordinate together. Look at that one. It's beautiful. I love the colors. Wait, what's this? Oh, yeah. So those are Unbounded Beauty. If I ever get this stuff back in the way it's supposed to be, it'll be a miracle. Ribbon. Oh, this ribbon came with petal pink and white. So it coordinated with some of the paper I got. Oh, I think it coordinates with the birdhouse, that wood paper and the blue, I think. Here is the In Colors ribbon, which I haven't even opened yet, but I will. And I'll feel it and I'll tell you how soft it is. Yeah. So it's really soft. It's got a stitching. I bet you can probably cut that and pull the stitching and make some fun little embellishments. But that's the ribbon. It's beautiful. I'll put this up on my ribbon shelf. All right, last one, which, oh, and these are some embellishments, basic gray and smoky slate, and I have no idea which I think it might coordinate with maybe the birdhouses or the flower pots and stuff. I don't know. Came with one of them. All right, so this is the one I played with today. Adventurous Sky, which I probably would not have purchased, but the gal that did the demonstration was fabulous. So you get, the stamp set, the bundle comes with these dies. Wait till you see the size of these dies. And you get these big pieces, put this one and the propeller, and you make an airplane. And it's a pretty good size airplane. Wait till I show you the cards. All right. Here's a technique card that she showed us. This one here, this little airplane, and she showed us how to just color the clouds in the airplane with white. So I stamped it with Night and Navy, and I just colored it with a colored pencil. I pulled out my colored pencils here, which probably haven't been pulled out. I'm looking around to see if they're right here. They are on my desk somewhere here. I haven't played with my watercolor pencils forever. At least, oh gosh, I bet it's been 6 or 7 years. I loved that. I loved just the white in there. So there's one card. Here I played with the blender pens, which I haven't played with blender pens forever. I stamped it with the basic, or Night and Navy, and then I took a blender pen to it. And I took a little of the copper ink and colored the plane. Super simple. Here's that die put together as a copper and smoky slate airplane. And this one, just the same thing, blender pen, a little bit of ink, really super simple. But those papers in that, I love this paper. I don't know what it is. In Red Lodge here, we have a couple of pilots who fly these planes around every weekend in the summertime. So I kind of might feel like I need to make them some cards just because it's kind of fun having them fly around. This one I think came directly from the catalog maybe? Anyway, the paper is like tags. So I've cut a lot of it up, so you're not going to be able to actually see the full sheet. But like this is Designer Series paper. I cut one of the tags off here. This sheet comes with, let me pull these out here. Like this was at the bottom of this. There's another tag and another piece here. So this is a piece. Does that make sense? Oh, I actually have a whole sheet. Hello. Sometimes I worry about me. Anyway, this is what the sheet of paper actually looks like, the full sheet. So you can see where you have 6 tags, 6 bases, and then this piece to line up on your card. All the other card colors of cardstock are in here. You can see them. Night and Navy, copper, smoky slate, misty moonlight. What are the colors in there that I missed? Let's look at the back and see how I did. Boho blue. I only didn't use it because I didn't have any. I have to order some. Copper clay, mossy meadow, night and navy, and smoky slate are the colors that go with it. Yeah, boho blue. I went through that like crazy the last few months. So anyway, there's just some of them. All right, let's see what we missed here. Thanks, Emmylou, for saying hi to your husband. All right. love the DSP. I love all the DSPs. They're knocking it out of the park these days. Love the Country Flowers. It was a cute set. I love the sparkly paper. Yep, that sparkle paper is crazy. Yeah, you don't get the full effect of the real products until you have them in your hand, but this does help. So let's see, does anybody have any questions? Doesn't look like anybody else commented on. I think I got everybody's comments. I hope so. I hope I did. If you have any questions, let me know. So I plan to go live every Thursday evening at this time for the foreseeable future. I just have to get back into sharing what I love and interacting with people. Even though you guys are interacting in chat box, I still get to interact with you. Yeah, Terry, you should get your new catalog in the next couple weeks. So, all right, couple things. Paper share information is coming. Catalogs I will be mailing to people, and I usually used Stampin' Up's mailing selector to send them, but this year I think I'm going to do it myself for a couple of reasons. Number one, the catalog's a little bit thinner, so it doesn't cost as much. And number two, I can add some information into the catalog to help people with some of the information, because the catalog is totally different. I think people are going to be like, oh, well, you see the cover. When you see the cover, you think, my daughter-in-law said, that looks like a decorative magazine. It's just different. And personally, it was, like I said, I have spent a lot of hours looking through it, reading through it, all of that stuff. It just has a lot in it. A lot of the stuff that they don't have in the catalog, they have little icons in there saying, you know, you can find this in the online store. As you know, there's online exclusives that come out every couple months. They're on the online store. Demonstrators are not going away. I can guarantee you that. However, because there's so much more product out there, and they can come up with new product quicker without putting it into a catalog, because, you know, a catalog from start to finish is about, what they told me when I was down there, like 2.5 years. From the start of, I mean, it has to be put together and ready to go at least a year or more out. And so it's hard to bring in new stuff while it's trendy and all that good stuff. So that's why they kind of went with some online exclusives, which is fine by me. Anyway, I plan to come every Thursday, teach some kind of stamping tip, trick or technique. It might be a kit, it might be paper pumpkin. If you haven't checked out our kits, I have one here. I just got my paper pumpkin, which I get every month because it's a project that I don't have to think about and it's fun to do. But there's new kits, 2 new kits every month coming out now for the next year at least, if not more. Anyway, so that's my plan. So I hope that I get to see everybody next Thursday. And I will be sharing probably stuff with the birdhouse, stuff with the in-colors, all that stuff. So if anybody has any questions, now is the time to ask, because I'm going to sign off. I know there was some issue, like I said, with my email. There was some issues with my website a few weeks ago. I think I got it all figured out, knock on wood. And anyway, take care. It was fun to see names that I recognize. I love that. I will be back again. I'll be back next Thursday, and I will have some fun things to share with you. So I'm going to just go back to these cards because they're so cute. And watch for that tutorial coming up one of these fine days. So, all right. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night. See you next Thursday, Lisa.